Hello everyone. As we have all overheard, Apple launched its iPhone 10 last week as presented in the media, even TV and radios. Its two most lauded features are 3D face recognition and authentication, and its 5.65 into 2.79-inch edge-to-edge display. Yes, it's also a very thin device measuring some 0.3 inch, deep and lightweight. Let's have a look at its specifications. Apple 10 comes in two colors, that is space gray and another one is silver. It comes in two variants, that is 64 GB and 256 GB. It doesn't come in 32 GB and neither 128 GB. It starts with 64 GB and then comes in 256 GB. 64 GB costs about 89,000 Indian rupees and 256 GB costs about 1 lakh and 2,000 Indian rupees. Let's talk about its size and weight. Its height is 143.6 millimeters, that makes 5.65 inches, and then its width is 70.9 millimeters, that is some 2.79 inches, and its depth and weight are 7.7 millimeter and 174 grams respectively. Now let's talk about iPhone's display. It has Super Retina HD display, 5.8 inch diagonal all-screen OLED multi-touch display, and 2436 into 1125 pixel resolutions at 458 ppi. About the power and battery, we have, I guess it lasts 2 hours longer than the previous iPhone 7. The talk time lasts up to 21 hours, internet use up to 12 hours, video playback up to 13 hours, audio playback up to 60 hours. It also comes with fast charging, up to 50% it charges in 30 minutes. And what we get in the box is iPhone 10 obviously with iOS 11, earpods with lightning connectors, and some USB power adapter and lightning to USB cable, and some documentation, that is user manual and etc. So what's amazing about this device is that it uses the face recognition for unlocking the device and transactions. Now in this video we'll talk about how iPhone 10, how the Face ID and face recognition works in iPhone 10. iPhone 10 uses a recognition system called Face ID to unlock the device and authorize payments. How does it check your identity is authentic? Now let's talk about it. It compares two face images and determines how similar they are. In the simplest way, that's what face recognition does. You unroll your face just like in Touch ID you unroll your fingerprints. Face ID uses a combination of light projectors and sensors to take several images of your facial features, collectively called the True Depth Camera System. Apple says these technologies work together to build a detailed depth map of your face to recognize you in an instant. To set up Face ID, you follow the on-screen instructions, which involves moving your head in a circle so a camera can take multiple shots of your face for a 3D map. It uses infrared light to illuminate your face while capturing the images to work day or night, outside or indoors. Infrared spans wavelengths of electromagnetic radiations just beyond the visible spectrum, so iPhone 10's display won't dazzle you in the dark. Infrared light is non-visible illuminator, which will compensate for the effect of low background or ambient light and very high or bright sunlight. So infrared illumination helps in enabling the face recognition to work in non-favorable conditions. Here are the steps for image capture. The proximity sensor and ambient light sensors help the True Depth Camera System determine how much illumination will be needed for the face recognition. The flood illuminator produces infrared light, parts of the electromagnetic spectrum that's visible to the naked eye, to illuminate your face. The dot projector produces more than 30,000 dots of invisible infrared light to create a three-dimensional map of your facial landscape. The infrared camera captures images of the dot pattern and the infrared light that's been reflected back from your face. Your face is a biometric and measurable biological character. Some other biometrics used in security include fingerprints, voice, and the irises of eyes. All biometrics authentication systems basically compare two complex patterns and calculate how similar they are. Those patterns may be the waveforms in your voice, your fingerprints, the color structures of your iris, or your landscape of the facial features. When a biometric system is set up, a computer such as the processor in your smartphone will capture and store the reference patterns known as template or enrollment image. Then when you want to access a device, example, just to unlock your phone, you present the computer with a verification image. Internally, it computes a score between zeros and ones. That is the binary language that is used by the computer. If it's closer to one, that means it's the same fingerprint or the face, and if it's closer to zero, it means the person is not the same. As the enrollment and verification image won't be identical due to difference in capture conditions, your phone uses a threshold to determine whether they are significantly different. A comparison scores of 0.7 might be close enough under some scenarios, and that minimum score is not a fixed number. If you are just unlocking the phone, the internal threshold which your mobile phone company uses could be relatively low. They could set it for 0.5 or 0.6. The number can be high in certain contexts, like when you pay for expensive product. If this is a secure transaction, when you are buying something like a mobile phone that costs up to $50,000, or you're buying some kind of necklace that costs up to $10,000, maybe the threshold will go up to 0.9, as the page has to be secure and the transaction has to be secure too. All the calculations happen too fast for you to notice, thanks to the power of the smartphone processor. Our iPhone 10 uses a neutral engine that can perform over 600 billion operations per second, and it's used to do real-time processing of Face ID recognition. What happens is the IR image are sent from the camera to iPhone 10's neutral engine computer processor to build a 3D mathematical model of your map. The 3D model or your verification image is presented to the computer's algorithm and compared against your stored template or enrollment image. The processor calculates whether the verification and enrollment image match based on the comparison score of similarity between your images. The phone authenticates your identity and unlocks or authorizes a payment if the comparison score is higher than a certain threshold value. So this is the amazing technology that iPhone 10 uses. It's beyond the limits. I mean, Apple's always been innovative, and this is what it has come up with the iPhone 10. So this is how iPhone 10 works. I mean, the face recognition of iPhone 10 works. I hope you like it. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.